Hi, my name's Sebastian Tyler, and I use he, him pronouns. I'm a tranny and a faggot. Welcome to my YouTube channel. Make sure you subscribe down there. If you see anything jiggle up here, it's because I do not have a fucking binder on, and I'm not trying to fucking die, and it's like 11 o'clock at night. Is it 11? It's sometime. Let me check what time it is. Hold on. I'm recording this with my phone, so I had to check my fucking laptop. It is 11:22. You can't see that shit, but believe me. All right. Okay, so this, ew, why is it orange in here? Fucking disgusting, sister. Would this be better if I filmed like this? Fuck. It's not better. I looked crusty as fuck. You could see all my fucking pores. Also, I'm gonna be vaping occasionally. Not as much as I did in the last video. I was high. Anyways, it does help with my anxiety, so when I get nervous, I'll hit this. Anyways, I'm gonna be talking about my I look crusty. I'm gonna be talking about my coming out experience. When I knew I was trans, I want to bring that up first because it applies to like my story. Also, I've recorded this video like literally right before this, and it was 15 minutes, and I literally got like an inch into what I was actually trying to say. Okay, so when did I know I was trans? Actually, before that, was the first time I came out as gay, trans, blah, blah, blah. So I had this friend, Eli, and at the time, Eli was like the first queer, was the first LGBT person that I knew. And Eli's 4 years older than me. And so he was like the first person. Actually, my sister is, but I don't talk to my sister that much. So yeah, my sister's a big fat lesbian, just by the way, and she thinks I'm a big fat lesbian, but I'm like, I like girls, but I like boys, and also I'm trans. Why are all these lighting making me ugly? Maybe it's because I'm ugly. I think that's it. Is this better lighting? Do I look less crusty like this? Probably not. Get used to it. Anyways, the first time I came out was around the time that I first met Eli. And I told my mom when I thought I was a flaming lesbian at 11 or 12 that I was like, stop fucking shifting, you bitch. That's fucking ugly. And I told my mom when I was like 11 or 12 that I was a bisexual. A bisexual. And she didn't think anything of it. She was like, oh, you hang out with the fags, you must think you're a fag. And I'm like, at the time, I was like, I'm a fag, like, I'm not bi. No, I like girls, I am a girl, I want a lesbian relationship. Wow, if only like 12-year-old me could see almost 19-year-old me. Ugh. Honestly, people ask me all the time, and when I first came out, later in the story, when I first came out, for like the first year of me being out, my mom literally harassed me all the fucking time, and she was like, if this fucking light does not stop changing, I'm gonna fucking choke the shit out of it. Stop, sister. She was like, are you sure you're not a lesbian? Are you sure you're not a lesbian? I'm like, sis. Oh, the second time I came out, we're gonna get the sexuality ones out of the way. Second time I came out, my mom thought I was a big fat lesbian. Little did I know, I was actually bisexual. But when I came out as bisexual for the second time when I was 16, it was like a 99 to 1%, 99 being girls. Why does fucking everybody and their mama want to fucking drive past my house when I'm trying to record a video? No other time do these bitches want to drive past my house. And how is this video already 4 minutes and 30 seconds? And I haven't even started talking about what I want to talk about. But it was like a 99 to 1%, 99 being the girls, 1% being the boys. It is now like a 70 to 30%. More so the boys right now. But my philosophy is, do I like boys? Yes. Do I think I'll end up with a boy? Hell no. Men are trash. But girls scare the shit out of me. So That's that. Anyway, so that was the second time it came out. And then when I started my freshman year, I knew I was trans around like middle school, and I was still identifying as a big fat lesbian. And everybody in the school knew I was a big fat lesbian. And I remember this one girl named Sierra. If you watch this, thank you for scarring my childhood. Anyways, I was in lunch line with her, and I was like, yeah, I'm a lesbian. And then she never talked to me again until my freshman year. And then she was supposed to wait for me at the lockers or whatever my freshman year, and she left me. And now we awkwardly see each other occasionally, like every couple years, and we cringe. I just cringe. I'm like, hi. Like, I saw her at the mall like a couple months ago with my friend. Was it with my girlfriend? My ex-girlfriend. My last video, I broke up with the girl I was dating. I'm still dating Dylan, though. Anyways, we were at the mall, and she was like, hi, Tyler, birth name Tyler. She didn't know my name, and I was like, sis, you're a mess. But, okay, so where was I at? Oh, coming out, middle school. And then my freshman year, I started using the name Tyler, and I identified as genderqueer / non-binary / yeah, that's pretty much it. Genderqueer, gender fluid, blah, blah, blah. In between, I knew deep down that, like, you're just a regular old tranny, right? Run from one side of the spectrum to the other side of the spectrum, okay? Not necessarily I don't know if I believe in, like, all the other genders, blah, blah, blah. But, to each their own. If it don't hurt you, who the fuck cares? Anyways, and I started using Tyler, and I remember this girl, Morgan, was like, because I have a friend named Morgan, and she used to think she was trans, and I remember she came downstairs, she was like, I think I'm trans, like, guess what name I'm gonna use? And she was like, I was like, what? And she was like, Tyler. I'm like, you can't, that's my name, bitch. So she started going by, like, Brad for a while, but that's off topic. Anyways, and it wasn't until, like, my sophomore year that I started going by Tyler. My freshman year, I didn't enforce it at all. My sophomore year, I started getting, like, my friends to use it, and finally my teacher in my class, I started putting Tyler on my paper in my foods class, and she was like, do you want us to call you Tyler? And I was like, yes. Please call me Tyler. And that's the first experience I had with adults calling me Tyler. My phone is dying. It's on 10%. So I gotta get this done before that fucking happens. My phone dies. So it should be longer. This video probably gonna be 20 minutes, and it's probably gonna take forever to upload from my phone, but whatever. And I'm sorry about the lighting, but, like, I don't care enough to actually get good lighting. Thank you. Thank you for my 17 subscribers that are gonna unsubscribe because my YouTube channel is fucking trash. So to get into the second part of how did I come out as a tranny? So my brother got sent to this alternative school because his grades weren't that good, and the counselor thought it'd be good for him to go to this alternative school with significantly less students. My other school had around 3,000 students, and this school had around 100. And we could make up credits faster because we had longer classes, but we had an extra class, okay? So you could make up a credit. Like, we could make up, like, half a credit every year, a credit every year, something like that. And so I went to the counselor's office, and I was like, can I go to this school? My grades aren't that good either. I mean, I was making, like, shit grades. Stop sending me maymays, please. I'm trying to record a video. That is homophobic. And and she was like, yeah, it'd be really good for your mental health. Like I think it'd be good for you to get away from 3,000 to 100 students, right? Little did I fucking know. My mental health was about to get a lot worse, bitch. Like, I've never been super severely, yeah, I am now, but I've never been super severely depressed except when I was, like, 13 or 14. And, and I've never been that depressed ever again. I've never been that suicidal ever. Except when I was 13 and 14, and then it went away when I was 15, 16, and then right the before I turned 17, right? Okay? I started at this new school, and guess who's back? Suicide and depression. Knock, knock, beach. And so I started going to this new school. And I went to the gym, and one of my friends was in there, and they were like, hey, I go by this name, blah, blah, blah. Your roster says this. And I was like, hey, my birth name is on your roster. It says this. I go by Tyler. And then after the class ended, the teacher was like, she pulled me in and she was like, hey, are you trans? Ew, I look fucking disgusting. Disgusting. I am disgusted. Ew, ew, ew. My fucking breath tasted like tortilla chips. And she's like, hey, are you trans? And I was like, oh, knocked over that light. She's like, hey, are you trans? And I was like, yeah. And she was like, stop fucking messaging me. And she was like, do you use he, him pronouns? And I was like, yeah. And she was like, do you want me to let the other staff members know that you use he, him pronouns and that you're a tranny? And I was like, yes, thank you. That would help me a lot. Even though every class that I went to, and I was like, hey, like, your roster says this, but I go by Tyler. Like, please don't call me this name. And she was like, okay. And I didn't tell anybody I was trans, except her and a few teachers later, okay? And, where is my train of thought? Come back, bitch. And so a couple days later, I got pulled into the fucking principal's office, and I was like, oh shit, what did I do? I never get in trouble. Literally, I don't, because my anxiety causing me to want to be perfect, okay? At least in the eyes of adults. And I got called into Mrs. office, and he was like, so I heard that you get called Tyler. And I was like, yeah, like, yeah. Oh, also the counselor was in there, the principal and the counselor. And the principal was like, yeah, I heard you go by Tyler. And I was like, yeah. And he was like, yeah, you can't do that. And I was like, oh, why? And he was like, yeah, because you can't go by Tyler if your mom doesn't know. And I was like, I think about it now, and I'm like, you let some fucking kid named Jacob go by fucking Ralph or some shit, but you won't let me be this name. My birth name is this, but you won't let me go by Tyler, okay? And so, sorry, I fucking keep drifting off and shit. And so, the counselor was in there too, and she, like, agreed with him, but I don't blame her, because, that is her boss, and, you have to listen to your boss, even though I think it's, like, questionably, morally wrong. But you have to agree with your boss, and I don't blame her. You could have your fucking job on the stakes and shit, okay? That's why I'm not going to be bringing up... Also, I'm calling this school Sunset, by the way. If you went to the school or you know the school, you know I'm calling it Sunset, KKK. KKKK. Let's not do 3 Ks here, okay? And... And I won't be bringing up any names specifically because I don't want them to get in trouble. And the names that I do want to bring up because they were fucking shitheads. The shitheads, I don't want to get in trouble. And the names I don't want to bring up because they were good people, I don't want to get them in trouble. And I won't be giving specifics about what class I had them for, because if somebody from that school were to watch this and try to fucking drag me into the fucking mud, they would know who I'm talking about. So, sorry, I'm getting nervous. So, he told me basically that I couldn't go by this name unless my mom knew, and then he also hit me with the card that is... You have to tell her by Friday or I'm going to fucking tell her. So basically, long story short, I started freaking the fuck out. The gym teacher and this one teacher that I had, we will call her... let me try to think of a name that is not close to her actual name. We will call her... Oh, fuck. I was going to say another name, but as close to this other teacher's name? No. We will call her... Miss... We'll call her Miss Turkey, and nobody's gonna know why I'm calling her this unless you have the class that she taught. We'll call her Miss Turkey. And so the gym teacher, Miss Turkey, were like, oh, like, this shit, you're in some deep shit, basically. And they were consoling me and shit, mostly Miss Turkey, okay? And I love this teacher so much because without her, I would have killed myself. Also, this other teacher that I would bring up later, I would have killed myself. Because after the first, like, year that I was there, first semester, technically end of the year, but I stopped talking to the gym teacher basically at all. She kind of talked to me at lunch. And, yeah. So, I had a couple days to tell my mom, or he was going to tell her. And then he was like, when you tell her, make sure she calls me so I know you actually fucking did it. And so I came out to my mom. I cried like a bitch. And it didn't go bad. Like, my mom still calls me by my birth name and calls me she, her every fucking day, even though I've been out for over 2 years. Whatever. Or almost 2 years. And, but she didn't kick me out. Also, my friend Eli was gonna, I was gonna move to Chicago, and Eli was gonna fucking adopt me. So, like, on some real shit. Oh, also, if you had me on Snapchat at the time, you know I ranted about this shit. You know I've continually ranted about this shit over the years. And this video is 16 minutes now, and I'm literally just jabbering on. Yeah, but basically, also, I had this one fucking, English teacher. I don't give a fuck if I give her, we'll call her Miss D. And, she was, like, super fucking shitty to me. Like, I was like, hi, I go by Tyler. She was like, if you want to go by Tyler, that's fine, but I'm not going to call you Tyler. So, yeah. And then, at the end of the year, I was like, can I get Tyler in the fucking yearbook? She's like, we're not allowed to do that. Can I get Tyler on my fucking diploma? We're not allowed to do that. And I was like, if you can't put Tyler in the fucking yearbook, and I can't get Tyler on my diploma, I don't want either fucking one of them. Thank you. Next. Thank you. Next. Get the fuck off my street, bitch. My phone's probably gonna die and delete all this fucking footage, but whatever. Oh, my eye itches. Why? And she did other shitty things. Like, after several times of me telling her that I want Tyler on my fucking folder that she passed out for the coursework and shit, it took her so many times. Like, I had to go back to the principal, even though he always gave me stink eye every time I looked at him. Like, you fucking bitch ass hoe. He always made me feel super uncomfortable and shit. And even every time I had a, like, discrepancy in the school or whatever, and I felt like the teachers or students, when I say I was getting severely bullied at the school, I mean, I got called a tranny faggot dyke, like, almost every day. Like, I'm fine with calling myself a tranny faggot dyke, even though I'm not a dyke. I'm fine with calling myself a tranny dyke. What the fuck? I'm fine with calling myself a tranny faggot, because I'm a tranny faggot, but that's a slur when other people use it. Even though some people are like, oh, you shouldn't use that word if you don't want that word used. I'm like, shut the fuck up, bitch. I'm trying to reclaim it so it hurts my feelings less. But I got called a tranny dyke almost every fucking day at school. I got shit thrown at me. Literally one of my last days at the school, some girl on the bus threw a fucking baseball at me. So, yeah. And also, people talk shit about me on my bus all the time. Shout out to you guys. You made my crippling depression worse. But he just did consistently, like, shittier and shittier things to me. Also, I told the art teacher, like, every fucking day that I went by Tyler, and every fucking day he would call out my birth name in front of the entire class. I'm like, come on now, sister. But this other teacher, we got Miss Turkey, you know, the real one. And then we will call this other teacher that no longer works there. Should I add that she doesn't work there? I don't give a fuck. She don't work there anymore. You guys can't get her ass, okay? I won't give out her name, though. We'll call her, this teacher, we'll call her Miss Turkey and Miss Yoga, okay? And this teacher I had for a, damn, I was gonna say what kind of class I had it for, but if I said this class, you would know, like, what it's called in American schools. Okay, I had this teacher that you do a lot of reading in her class, okay? And she was like, oh, Miss Turkey told me a lot about you, blah, blah, blah. You're like a good kid, blah, blah, blah. KKK. Okay. And basically, if it wasn't for Miss Turkey and Miss Yoga, okay, I would have killed myself. Like, the day before I turned 18, which was on March 21st, was the day before, I had this whole plan of, you know, rolling up to school, going to school, coming home, killing myself, make a sad story short, so I don't have to get into detail about it. And basically, I mean, the fucking principal was doing really shitty stuff to me. The kids were doing really shitty stuff to me. The teachers, basically everybody. There were some, like, really nice people. Like, the 2 teachers. I had this, one teacher there. I had her my first year, but we weren't really close at all. But she, like, supported me from afar. And she, like, gave me this note. Like, I still have it. Like, if you ever do watch this video, it's over here. The note that you wrote me. That Miss Yoga had people write on Fridays. It's over there. That you gave me. Thank you. I'm sorry that I was so awkward, but, like, my anxiety was at a 10 at all times there, and I was hella depressed. Anyways, it got to a point where Miss Yoga and I and some other teachers, there was, like, 3 good teachers there, okay? 3 good teachers, 4 good teachers, something like that. Got to a point where we had to, like, contact people in the district, and these people are called United, and then there was, like, also, like, the discrimination, they'd, like, for, United was discrimination within my school district. I'm sorry, I'm scratching my leg, it distracted me. And the other organization was, like, countrywide or whatever, and we contacted them, and I was supposed to have a meeting with them, and the teachers outside of the 3 good teachers that I'm talking about, maybe 4, all went outside of school, and the principal didn't know this, but whatever. Outside of school, and they, like, stuck up for me and shit, and it got to that point where, like, even the people who were fighting for me outside of the school, like the United people and stuff, and the other people were like, that shit's fucked up. Like, you shouldn't have to, like, be forced to come out as trans, right? And like I said, I wasn't going to come out until I was trans, until I fucking graduated high school and went to college. And I honestly do regret coming out as trans as early as I did, because it almost caused me to fucking kill myself. And I got bullied severely for 2 fucking years for it. Thank you. Like, I think I could have handled the fucking students, because those are shitheads and they're kids. But, like, grow some fucking balls, you dumbass bitches who went to the Sunset School. I mean, who staffed at the fucking Sunset School. Like, grow some fucking balls. You're bullying a fucking child, you dumbass bitch. I'm sorry, that was the salty asshole in me that came out. And, I would get more into the story, but it low-key triggers me. But, long story short, don't come out until you're safe, like I said in my fucking first video. If you're an adult and you're trying to handle of how to cope with your fucking kid, or how to cope with a fucking student in your fucking school being trans or gay or whatever the fuck they are, don't make them feel like shit. Yeah, that's pretty much all I have to say. Also, the bitch who threw the fucking baseball at me, eat shit. I hope you get hit by a car. I know that's aggressive, but whatever. Like, you deserved it. Also, the kids that call me tranny and a dyke and all those other things. Thank you. If I would have killed myself, I hope you were proud of yourself, okay? And also, the restroom thing, I always been to the girls' restroom because I was always too scared to go to the boys' restroom. Like, I was gonna get beat up and shit. Like, even at work, because I don't pass at all. I feel like when I go to the bathroom, like, I want to go to the men's bathroom, but I feel like I want to get the shit beat out of me if I go to the men's bathroom. And in the women's bathroom, I feel like I make women uncomfortable. So, it's a lose-lose situation. But to those 2 kids, I think the other kid that got forced to tell their mom that they go by this name, I don't know if they've told their mom that they're trans, but they got forced to tell her they go by this name by the fucking principal. And the other kid that was in my art class, like, I'm sorry I was cringy and you tried to be my friend, but, like, I was in a bad state of mind. I literally this fucking boils my blood. I just remembered this. So, nobody was my friend except the one person that I started the school with, but they left, like, a month or 2 after that. and I was there for another year. Oh my god, I thought I saw a ghost behind me, y'all. Oh my god, I just saw something move. It was my shadow. But what the fuck was I saying? God, I'm a dumb bitch. Why is this video 25 minutes? Why are y'all still watching it? Nobody's watching. But to those kids, like I said, do not come out unless you are in a safe environment. And stay true to here. So it's not going to be as bad as it's not going to be as shitty as it is right now forever. Like, my life is still kind of very shitty, but a lot of that is blowback from me having to come out so early when I wasn't fucking ready to come out. And I just remembered, like, I don't know if I said this earlier, but if you don't know how to handle, like, a kid being in your school trans, don't force them to come out. Like, why is somebody flashing their fucking light at me? Stop, you dumb bitch. One, you don't know what kind of fucking environment that kid has at home. Two, like, people's fucking parents. This is 2018. This is not 2018 for gay people. Gay people are still getting fucking murdered for being gay in 2018 by their fucking families, by other people and shit. This is 2018 for trans people, which is less progressive than the fucking gay movement. One, my family could have reacted badly and I would have been homeless, so I would have had to drop out of fucking high school. Two, I could have been murdered by the shitheads in my school. Like, I'm pretty sure, like, if one of those shitheads caught me outside of school, blah, 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 they would have probably beat the shit out of me. And three, just mind your own fucking business, you dumb cunt. Like, if you don't agree with it, fine. But you're a fucking adult. You fucking work at a school. That means you have no say what that child does with his or her body, with his or her name. Just accept it and move on. You're the one who decided to work with kids. If you don't like kids, if you don't like the possibility of kids being gay, queer, whatever the fuck, trans, whatever the fuck, don't work at a school, you dumb cunt. Okay, I'll probably have to revise this video and upload it sometime in the future because I'm a dumb bitch and I have 3 brain cells. But, thank you for watching. Make sure to... Ooh, I'm a dumb bitch. Can't speak. Make sure to subscribe to my YouTube video. Follow me on my social media. My Snapchat's Art Pop Forever. Like the Gaga album, Forever, okay? I made it when I was 13. My Instagram is AIYSKO. And then, yeah, if you want to check for my socials, they'll be down in the description. Also, shout out to Elijah. I don't know if you'll watch this video because it is 30 minutes long and I'm sorry. But thank you for, like, he found my YouTube videos and I only have 17 subscribers. I'm famous. He found my YouTube videos and it was like, oh, I really like your YouTube videos. And I was like, my YouTube video at the time. And I was like, oh, thanks, G. So now he follows me and I follow him and I think he's attractive. Okay, bye.